What's going on, everyone? So, the Resident Evil franchise, right? It's a guilty pleasure. We all love the Resident Evil franchise. I know they made like 30 movies. The more recent ones with Welcome to Raccoon City and even the Netflix series kind of missed the mark, in my opinion. But the original set of series was really good, right? And, it was a little all over the place at times, had its ups and downs at times. Some movies were better than others, but come on, they were great. They were fun. You knew what to expect. And now they are rebooting the franchise. And they are in the market for a new lead for said franchise. And it looks like they are swinging for the fences for the upcoming Resident Evil film. And Alice, the character Alice, originally that was played by Mila Jovovich. And now it looks like Mikey Madison they have extended the offer to. Now, it's not confirmed that she is actually going to take it or that she's actually going to be the lead, but they basically, according to reports, have offered it to her. That she's the one that they're eyeing. She recently won an Oscar for Nora, and she is Scream, right? Big Scream guy. Talk Scream a lot on this channel. She was in Scream as one of the Ghostface. Spoiler alert. But if you haven't seen Scream 5 by now, I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I am all for it, right? I don't know, is that something that she wants to do with her career, right? Because, she just won an Oscar, right? And does she really want to jump into a horror franchise, right? Because chances are they're not going to make just one film, right? This is something that we're probably going to get another slew of films. There'll probably be another 7-8 films, right? Like they're going to draw out this series as much as humanly possible. And so is it in Mikey Madison's best interest to now jump into being the face of the Resident Evil franchise and likely signing a multi-film deal? Or does she start looking for more kind of, I guess, upscale films, right? More of the artsy, classy type films, right? Because Resident Evil, you got all these monsters, blood, gore, all that stuff. Look, I'm a big horror guy. It's a horror channel, right? We're here watching and entertained with horror. But, is that something that her, as an actress, would be interested in diving back into, right? Different, with Scream, pre-Oscar, the potential explode into stardom, right? Just a hot commodity. Whenever you win one of those things, you're usually, you're getting a slew of offers, right? Everyone's banging on your door, right? Of like, hey, what do you think about this movie or that movie? So she's going to have her pick of the litter, so to speak. But the kind of counterpoint to that is you get locked into a franchise and you have consistent money, you have consistent stability for however long. I mean, look at like guys like Vin Diesel, the actors and actresses that signed on to Marvel, right? Like you sign on to these characters and every year, okay, we're going to get another one, or every 2 years or whatever, right? You do something and you sign on to a multi-year deal or something. And now you put yourself in a position to where, now you have that steady income, the steady paycheck, even when the Oscar nominee or the Oscar win kind of fades away and people stop caring because, you usually have a window with some of these things. So is it something that she looks at and goes, no, hey, this could be something that it would give me that long-term approach and I could still do these other things and, do whatever projects here and there that become available or, time will tell, right? She's still young. She's 26 years old, right? She just turned 26, like literally. So, she's very young. She has a lot of potential ahead for her. She's now in the limelight as an actress and, the Resident Evil franchise, again, beloved franchise. Is it something that she wants to do? If she does, sign me up. Like, I think she'd be great. I think she'd be fine in it, right? Like, having her step in, playing the new Alice. Right? We know she can act. We've seen her act. Like, she's a great actress. She's fine, right? Like, I think she would be great in that role and could really kind of carry the franchise into the new adaptation into the new generation. And, at the end of the day, I want them to be good films, right? So hiring somebody like Mikey Madison, who is a great actress, is a good step in the direction of a good film, right? Because you need the acting to be good. Now you need the writing to be good and the directing to be good. You need all the factors to kind of, in that pot of stew, all being mixed together to create the good film. And, something like the Resident Evil franchise, I mean, you could argue, like, hey, like it's more of like, turn your brain off, watch zombies and monsters and these like, mutated creatures that are all attacking and taking over cities and stuff, right? Like, and I get that to an extent, but you still want to have something that, really captures audiences, especially in today's time with all the remakes and requels and follow-up. It's just like kind of gets a little repetitive, right? And more often than not, they're terrible, right? More often than not, doing all these remakes and all these sequels and all these requels and all these things and, legacy sequels and stuff. And they just, more often than not, are just terrible. And you're just like, dude, like, do we really need this, right? Like, that's kind of what the horror space has come. Now, I get it's like action, adventure, sci-fi, horror, but it's still horror, right? Like, it's a horror game, it's a horror franchise, right? Like, it's horror, right? And so now you're going down another path of like, hey, here's a beloved franchise that we're jumping into, and like, were all those movies just like top tier? Like, no, right? Like, they had their good films, they had their bad films, they had their in-between films, right? Like, but they were fun. They were entertaining, right? They were enjoyable. Right? But can you get away with fun right now, right? Given the time and the state of theaters and, films, and every studio with every film is just getting, gutted financially. Like, can you get away with kind of the just, hey, here's another one of these, right? Like, I don't think so. I don't know. I think this has to be something that, and look, there's a ton of source material, right? You have plenty of source material. So the idea of like, like, how are we going to do this next film? You have 40 games to dig through to tell the story that you need to tell. So it's just, they got to do it right. I do think hiring Mikey Madison is a step in the right direction. But also, will she sign on? That's the big question. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How you feel? What are your thoughts? Agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.